From 0 to 100 million, this is how Alex Hormozi, the person who has a net worth currently of more than 100 million and just at the age of 35, has been able to scale his agency and his consulting offer to making at least 30 million. Yes, that's right, 30 million in just a span of time. Now, I'm going to be sharing today with you the full insights on how he's been able to do it and how you will be able to do this as well, and to learn how you can take these principles of the things that he's been able to do for Gym Launch, which was the thing that he actually implemented, and how he was able to sell it for at least 46 million, and now being, the clientacquisition.com person, having that business fully scaling up and scaling his net worth over, to a couple of hundred millions now. We will dive into how he's been able to do the Gym Launch strategy. We'll go into the funnel, we'll go into the ads, and we'll take a deep dive into everything considering how he's been able to do it, so you can also take some inspiration from it. I definitely have taken inspiration from this, from doing the research and analyzing everything. So we're going to be funnel hacking Alex Hormozi's Gym Launch to get into my screen right now, and we're going to go into his entire strategy, expose it to say, and we're also going to dive into how he actually was able to get gyms, usually a specific market that doesn't have a lot of capacity to have a lot of income, right? They don't have a lot of revenue to work with. How he was able to charge them a high ticket price and how he was able to get them results instantaneously without them even hesitating at a certain point. So with this strategy, we need to take a deep dive into every single facet of his business and every single process that Alex was able to utilize when he was doing this strategy. So the first thing that I want to take you guys into is the results achieved and the niche that he chose. Because listen, you're probably going to be an agency owner or coach or consultant watching this video and thinking to yourself, how can I take inspiration from this and how can I take inspiration from Alex? Well, to first give you an idea on what he's been able to achieve with this Gym Launch strategy, he was specifically able to achieve within 1 month doing about 200K per month with this strategy. Then in month 7, he scaled it up to 1.5 million per month. And then in month 11, he was able to scale it up to 2.2 million per month. Crazy numbers in this space, and definitely something that we can learn a lot from if we understand how he was able to do it. So how did it start? So he started looking at a specific niche that he was interested in, but also that he saw affinity with, that he also had something to do with. So for example, he was training his whole life almost. He knew the gym spaces all around. He wanted to start his own gym, and he decided to choose as a niche gyms, right? Because why? He had affinity with it. He basically related with gym members and gym owners because he knew and spoke their language. And it's something I always preach in this channel, which is you need to make sure that you choose a specific niche where you know the language of, where you speak the same language, where you know the specific things that are being talked about, but also choose a niche where you know that you can keep the focus on that niche for a long extended period of time. And that's something that I always say. When Alex began, he focused only on gyms, while as now he's focusing on multiple different businesses. So it all starts with a central focus when you're just starting out. You don't want to be focusing your attention on 50 different things. You want to be focusing it on one specific niche and one specific niche to start with. And then eventually when you develop that to the point that you actually have a great system to get them results, fulfill everything, you can scale it up to at least 100K per month before you start looking at different niches. So many people these days want to take a look at going broad, but when you go broad, the issues arise that you target basically no one, right? And the saying goes, if you focus on one thing, you'll exponentially be able to increase that, right? So Warren Buffett, for example, wasn't focusing on doing 20 different things. He was focusing just on investing, right? And for you, it should be also one niche, one focus, and one target audience until you get it to at least 100 and 150K per month. So for Alex, it was gyms, right? That was his niche. So if we take a little bit of a bigger dive into his funnel strategy, we will see the following thing. So when we look at his funnel strategy, right, and when we look at everything that he is basically just doing, I'll just go in this, he pretty much had a really simple funnel strategy. So let's go into the funnel strategy that he was using. So the funnel strategy that he was using is he was doing a podcast, right, every single week or every other 2 weeks, and he was doing Facebook ads, which we'll get into just a second as well, to deep dive into his Facebook ads, what he was doing, so you can take inspiration from that also for your agency clients or for yourself as an agency owner or for yourself as coach or consultant. And he was also doing YouTube. So he was doing YouTube long form content, providing value to people in his target audience so they could see the value, get nurtured, and go from his top of funnel more to his bottom of funnel and directly be converted into his offer. So what he did is he had an opt-in page, right, where people could opt in, which we'll dive into in just a second. He had an application page where people could apply to see if they would be a good fit. From that application page, they booked a calendar, they had a booking page, and then they had a schedule a meeting page where they could, schedule a meeting, and then they brought people to their Facebook group. So the funnel strategy in itself is fairly simple, as you can see, right? It was just podcast, Facebook ads, YouTube channel, funneling everyone to the opt-in page. And to get into the opt-in page, it was actually a really simple opt-in page, right? So this one that you see right here, it was pretty much just a opt-in page with just text. So it had a headline where it said, we only work with gym owners who can take on 50 plus new customers right now, right? That was the headline. Then we had the sub-headline, which was, before you apply, let us send you a case study for how we brought 187 new clients to a gym in San Diego, right? So it was really, really catchy. So how to take on 50 plus new customers and how we got 187 customers for this specific gym, and then download the case study now. And what happened is when people clicked on the button, they got a pop-up where it said, where should we send your case study, right? Now, this is something familiar to what we do also for ourselves, but also what we do and teach our clients, which is building a video sales letter funnel. The only difference between Alex Hormozi's funnel and ours is that we, after the opt-in page, send them to the case study itself. So case study video or video sales letter, right, that we send them to, which is the second page in between the opt-in page and the application page. And the reason why it works so well is because they get immense value from that as well. But what he did was pretty smart. Now, this was in 2017, keep in mind, but he was looking at a strategy where it was just a simple opt-in page. People just needed to enter their first name, last name, and their email, not even their phone number, right? We do phone number right now because we can call the people within 5 minutes of them opting in. But he was doing this, and this was working really, really well because he was sending people to this page where they could convert quickly, get the case study, and then once they've basically filled out the case study, right, and they get the case study on their email, because that's what happens. They fill out their information, they get the case study on the email, which is a document, right, and basically a PDF document of basically all the results that they've achieved and how they've been able to do it for that gym in San Diego and him going over that. And then after that, once they click on the document and they check out that email, they'll basically be linked to the application page. So if they haven't already filled out the application, they'll be sent to the application page, which is the second page that we talked about, right? And they were sent to a page like this. So what he had is he had an application where he asked people their name, cell phone, email, what their Skype ID was, and active gym members that they have, EFT pricing. So specific questions for gym owners that only gym owners would know, because if you ask someone random what an EFT price is, they would say, I have no clue what that is, right? And then on the right hand side, he had Russell Brunson, which is the CEO of ClickFunnels, as a testimonial on this page as well, to build the trust with the people as well. So that being said, he then asked a lot of questions as well. So he asked also, who were you referred by, name of the franchisor, but also what he did, which was really, really interesting, all the way down on this specific page, he actually had a bunch of testimonials. So a gajillion amounts of trillions amounts of testimonials to really build that trust with people, right? So really build that trust with people so they actually know that he's not just talking out of his what, and he's getting people results like the people that have actually just opted in, right? So he's showing gyms that actually got sales, gyms that got results, and what he was doing for them. So as you can see, his structure on the front end from his opt-in page and his application page is pretty simple, right? He has a simple landing page. He has a simple pop-up on that landing page when they click the button. He has a simple video page, or not a video page, but like a booking page or application page to actually get people to do an application and start to do the process of them coming further onto booking a call with them and in their business. Now, the third step is the calendar, which I call the booking page. And the booking page is really interesting because he actually had two versions of the booking page. So on the left-hand side, you see the first version, which is after they fill out the application page on the top that we saw with the testimonial of Russell Brunson and with the testimonials all down. They will go to the page where it says, lastly, schedule your call to discuss the plan. You'll be sent a confirmation email for your meeting. If there are no available times, please reach out on Facebook so we can help. So what he did, he then sent people from that application page to a booking page where they could book a call for 60 minutes. And it was a Skype call, right? At that time, you could basically hop on that if you're a gym owner, and they would convert you on their offer by doing that. But he had that specific one for a more warmer audience. So if he sent traffic, basically warm traffic from Facebook or warm traffic from YouTube or podcasts to the landing page of this one, right? He would have a different booking page for those people that have already been warmed up, because these people wouldn't need as much convincing as someone who already knew who he was. So what he did, he set up a separate booking page, which is this one, where you can see he had more testimonials on this one. It's just a page where you have tons and tons of testimonials, and just basically the only thing that's different from this page to the other one is that this one is a in-between page before they can actually book in the call. So what this page had is it had a lot of testimonials, and then all the way down, then they could basically schedule a call, right, on this specific page when they could apply. So they needed to go all the way down or click the button which said apply to get the system. Then they could go to the page to actually book a call with his team. And then from booking a call with his team, they actually got nurtured more, right? So it makes a lot of sense, right? If you think about it, why would you send people that are just that cold in your business to a page that doesn't have testimonials? Like, they'll be really skeptical in terms of working with you. So it makes more sense to send these people from places that you are nurturing them to a booking page where there's a lot of testimonials, a lot of people on there, so they can actually get nurtured, be converted easily, right? Instead of directly sending them to a page where they can book a call, which we would do with a warmer audience, right? So this one is the warmer audience. This one is the cold audience. Genius, if you ask me, but really, really simple, again, because it makes sense, right? People only care about results. They want to see results. And if you can give that to them and show that to them by simply compiling a booking page before they book, about like the testimonials that you have and the results that you've achieved, you're going to have a higher probability and credibility of them actually building trust with you and booking a call with you to the point where you also remove any doubts that they might have before booking a call. Really interesting stuff, really something that I also took inspiration from and that I'm doing now myself and for our clients. Now, another thing that he's doing right now, like I said as well, was when someone scheduled a meeting, right, he actually sent people to a Facebook group. And that Facebook group is, I'll share it basically here, because it's called High Ticket. It's still actually active, this group, and it's called High Ticket, High Volume Fitness Sales. And at the time of speaking, it has 12,000 members. So 12,000 members basically that have joined in this group, and people that are, coming in as gym owners and everything like that. And he has here a couple of things where he's building basically the audience to get nurtured before they actually go ahead and book in a call or go on the call with them, right? So they've booked in a call, they're set for their meeting, but then he says on the thank you page, he says, all right, guys, go to the Facebook group, join the Facebook group. You're going to have an amazing time there because there's also gym owners here that you can connect with from your area or in the US in general. Connect with them, talk with them, learn from them. And we're also going to be sharing what he says, right? He's going to be sharing exclusive content and training only to the people in the group, real life case studies, regular lessons from Alex Hormozi himself, and giveaways. So he gives people an incentive to go to the group to be nurtured even more before they actually hop on a call. This way, and what this does is actually nurture them so they know a lot more about the company itself before they actually hop on a call. What happens then? From a cold lead that went through the entire funnel, they basically go on the group and go in the group, watch some more content from him, right? Which is something he could also have on a thank you page, like a podcast or something that they could learn more about to build trust. They watch the content, they go into the group, they get nurtured, and at the time that they come to the call, they've already had so much value given to them that the law of reciprocity arrives, which means they've you've given them so much. Now it's time for them to give back. The probability increases of them actually working with you, and the chances increase of them having trust with you to get started with you. Genius again. So you having a group for yourself where you can nurture people through your VSL funnel or through your application funnel or through your call funnel is really, really important, because this way you're going to be giving them more value than anyone else in your space. And even in a saturated market that the gym space is, Alex Hormozi was able to actually do this for gym owners and get tremendous success from actually being able to look at the market and do something different than what everyone else is doing. So guys, this is the strategy in regarding the funnels that he was doing, which is really, really simple, which is also the reason why I practice and preach the video sales letter funnel and the application funnel. It's one of the best funnels that you can use. It's one of the simplest ones to actually set up, and we have a proven framework that we're utilizing for ourselves and for our clients to get it up and launched within 7 days. When that's launched, when it's done, they basically get active with it and start setting it up, and then they have leads coming through, clients coming through. We tweak it, we make it better, and we have a well-oiled machine to get our clients the results that they want. Now that's the funnel strategy. So let's now go into the ad strategy, because he has a couple of interesting ads that I want to dive into with you guys. So the first ad that I want to mention to you, which is one that's, by the way, still on his YouTube channel. If you go to his YouTube channel and you go to the videos and you go to the oldest video, this is his first video that is basically there, if it's still there at the time that you're watching this. And it's called Sell Anywhere, Sell to Any Customer in 2018. And the video basically goes like this. So if you watch it, you'll see it like he basically somewhere in the hood, right? It looks like really scrappy, like where he's at, and he goes into the door and it's a gym that's really like looking not that well, to be honest. And then he says, you know, this is the gym, and you would think like, what is this? Like, what are these doors that are looking like a jail cell or something like that? And then at the end he says, you know, but these are all papers from people that we've signed up, and we've signed up 191 people in 19 days at 500 each. And he says these are all bills for 500, all invoices for 500 each. So meaning he has made this gym, right, $95,000 in just basically in 191 days, or 19 days, as he says here. So meaning that's something that he is showing off immediately on the screen. He's saying these are the results that we achieved. And the copy is even more interesting, because he ran this also on Facebook, and I was able to find the copy of this, where he says, fellow gym and studio owners, directly aiming it to the niche, saying 95,309 in new clients in 191 days in the hood. This was my second gym launch ever, right? So basically, what does he do in that first sentence? He hooks you. If you're a gym owner, or if you're a studio owner, you get hooked. You're like, oh, wait, what? And then the second sentence is immediately 95,000 in new clients in 191 days. And I'm like, whoa, how did he do that? He got me hooked. And then he starts selling a story. He says, I slept in motels for 8 straight months, testing my gym launch process out in markets while my 6 gyms ran themselves back home. And this was documentation to remind myself that it's never about the environment, but your conviction. Signing up 191 clients in 19 days was cool too, but how such insane numbers in a nutshell? And then he explains, like, how did I do it? So I serve one type of customer, large group training facility. That's the only thing he does. He doesn't do anything else. He says, I accomplished one goal, 100 plus high ticket customers in 130 days. That's it. That's all I do. Make life simple. So as you can see, he's focusing on one niche, and in that niche on one sub niche, and then in that sub niche on one offer, where he brings them 100 plus clients within just under 30 days. And he says, I don't run different promos. He says, I don't do branding, I don't do SEO, I don't work with yoga, Pilates, spin studios. He says, one thing, I get CrossFits, bootcamps, and semi-private studios to full capacity in 30 days. Insane, right? So he says, for free, I show you how to do this, and he sends them to a quiz. Well, he used to send them to a quiz. It was basically the application, right? And he says, disclaimer, after the download page, you'll be able to apply to hop on the phone to see if the process works. So he sent them after the opt-in page to the application page, where they were able to do an application and then get started from there with the funnel process that I shared with you. So that's a really, you know, basically the ad that he did, and one where he's showcasing the results that he achieved, because it's a proven system, and everything that clients want is a proven system to know you're real, right? And if you don't have clients still, you could basically just do something for free or just for a small paid trial to get the clients and the reviews under your belt, and just utilize those ones to showcase it to the clients that you are actually, you know, knowing what you're doing, if that makes sense. So that's the first ad. The second ad goes by a Facebook post, which is, you know, a video that he ran, and he says 171 new signups at 500. So it's kind of similar to the first one that we've taken a look at. This one had a 54,000 views actually, and it started like this: gym owners. So you can see what he's doing, and he's, by the way, doing this in almost every single copy that he's doing. He's targeting his audience. He's naming out and calling out the audience. He says gym owners, studio owners, right? And then he goes into a question, or like, you know, hooking them, and then basically asking them a leading question to ask them if they have a certain problem or a certain challenge or a certain thing that needs to be solved. So for example, he says, want to have classes like this? These were all from the process we ran. This gym actually signed up 171 customers at a 500 per head on its first try with our system. See how we did it here. Boom, direct call to action, no time to waste, go to the quiz, and go basically answer the application. And he says, tired of internet marketers making the promises they can't keep? Cool. Us too. Mind if we show you a bunch of successes first then? If so, click one to download a free case study. That's the case study funnel that I was showing with you. Apply on the thank you page, schedule a discovery call, and then don't worry, leave your card at home, no pitches. First call is just to figure out who you are and if our process worked for you. And then he says, PS, we can connect you with 700 plus other gyms besides the one depicted below who've used our system to generate leads, work the leads, convert them, fulfill them with leverage systems, and of course, resell them into long-term memberships. So basically, it's a simple pitch. It's a simple thing what he says. He says, we're not going to sell you anything. Leave your credit card at home. Let's do a call. Let's see if we are a good fit first and if you can implement this. But just so you know, 700 plus other businesses have gone before you and done this. Just so you know, just FYI, right? So basically he throws in, right, social proof in between. How does he do that? He says 171 customers at 500 a head. Boom, social proof. 700 plus, actually, this isn't our first rodeo. Boom, social proof. We can connect you with 700 plus gym owners. Boom, social proof. He's showing social proof along the way to nurture you, to show you that he knows what he's talking about. He's just not talking out of his, again, you know what, he knows what he's talking about, right? So that's the second ad that you can take inspiration from. The third inspiration ad would be this one where he says, click, opt in, and apply. And this one has 153,000 views. So this one is really simple. It's actually a little bit shorter, but he says gym owner extraordinaires. You're just making it up just a little bit different. So gym owners, studio owners, gym owner extraordinaires. Are you making the profit you want from your gym? And you're probably not. And when you're reading this, you're like, I'm not making the profit that I want. And if not, DL the case study and apply on the next page here, right? Boom, go and, if you're not making profit, just click and do this. And he says, I only ask because most of the gyms we speak with have around 80 to 150 EFTs paying a blended average of 80 to 150 per month. And if you don't know what EFT is, I don't know exact word what it stands for, but it's basically people, right? People that have actually joined in the gym, that have an active subscription, right? And that's basically what he has on this ad. So again, a video ad, a little bit of a different copy, kind of similar to the previous one that we were talking about. No like big social proof here, but this one would be more of one that would be more for the retargeting because it's a little bit more direct, right? Now this other one as well is basically gym owners 30-day scale challenge. So he says, let's scale for 30 days. Let's go and set this up and get you results within 30 days. A picture ad, right? Compared to the other one, which was more intended with a video. So picture ad also, that was something that they tested and that was working for them at the time being. And then the last one, what we have is this one, time for a change, a video, 127,000. This one was with better edits. And what the text was the following. So he started with cool gym owners, right? So changing it up again, making it funny, making it good. And he says, wouldn't it be cool if a guru got on the phone with his clients every single day to strategize and troubleshoot, none of this weekly or monthly, had a 7-person full-time dedicated red-blooded American, right? So because it's targeting US people, tech support team just to make sure no one ever had to wait more than a day to get a pixel issue resolved or ads looked at or a new funnel tweaked or a scheduler fixed. And he says, had a group of 400 plus owners who had all vested interest in their success, share their secrets openly, right? And connected prospect. So this is basically him saying everything that he has in his program and everything that he has in his offer. He has all these things and he says, instead of the guru doing that, I do this. And what would you see about that? And you can see how he did that for their clients. Boom, go to the schedule page or to go to the page of the opt-in and check out how we have been doing that, right? And he says, and after they became clients, provided, right? He says an endless spigot of gold lead generation systems that has worked in 400 markets. The weird 2-step hook doctors used to get patients, never miss appointments. And then a never hear no sales framework. The 5-year-old at Disneyland amazing fulfillment blueprint. Simple Q&A process, right? And then a lot more stuff that he gives to them. So he's basically pitching you his offer without you even understanding it. So he's basically comparing it to a guru, right? And by him comparing it, the things that he's saying seem a lot better. And you're in your mind like, oh, okay, wait. So he's actually giving me upfront value. He says, learn what we do, apply for the case study, apply on the next page. He mentions it 2 times. And then he says, P.S. in the olden days, pinky swears meant you could cut off the other person's pinky if they didn't follow through. We take our pinky swears seriously, right? And he says, PPS, don't click here if you want nothing to change. So it gives you incentive to also click and also go ahead and do that. So as you can see, the copywriting is really good hook, targeted to the specific niche, good problem, good solution, right? And then good call to action, always a good direct response call to action. So you can take a lot of inspiration from these ads that he's doing, and all the ads were intended to get people basically, right, to the funnel strategy and the opt-in page, right? So basically from that opt-in page, what he was doing is he was then converting people to the group and making sure that they are nurtured. Really simple strategy, really simple ads, really, really quality, and really, when it comes down to his strategy, genius when it comes down to what he was doing, right? So now let's go into the problems, the specific problems that he was actually doing with his specific niche, right? Because it's all about problems. It's all about the specific problems that you need to understand of your niche so that you can actually go into and understand these problems and give them a specific solution on the things that they need or that they're missing. So he knew the problems of the niche. He knew that getting clients was one thing that they had problems with. It was also getting clients. Like, how can you as a gym owner get more clients? Not only getting more clients, how can you increase the lifetime value? How can you make sure that someone is not only paying you between 50 to 100 for a gym membership? How can you make sure that someone is actually paying you more upfront so you can get more cash upfront, a bigger ROI, and get better results for your gym as soon as possible? Increasing the average order value, so meaning the order that someone makes, right, the subscription that someone pays or something that they pay to you as a business, how can you increase that so you have more margins, more cash upfront, and more money to work with so you can pay more to acquire more clients for your gym? Shiny object was also a problem that they had, which meant they go all over the place. They hear a guru saying that there's another unique mechanism that they can use or another unique thing that they can use. They go to that, they lose focus, and they get no results. They had no marketing strategy. So what do they do? How do they run ads? How do they fix the pixels? How do they make sure that the tracking is good? Do they need a landing page? How do we do that? Right? Scale efficiently. How do we scale efficiently? How do we convert online leads? We can do the marketing, but how do we convert them? And then increasing the prices. So how could they increase their prices so they can actually get more bang for their buck from every single client that goes through their gym? Well, all these problems he listed out, and when he saw these problems and he knew them, he thought of different solutions, and the solution needed to be an offer which was focused on speed to delivery. What do I mean with that? When you pay something, when you order something, would you prefer to get it right now, or would you prefer to get it after 3 months? You would prefer to get it right now, right? Like, of course, who wouldn't? So the question is to yourself, how quick do you want results? Really quick, right? So chances are your clients want to get quick results as well. Preferably the quicker that they can, because we as humans, don't hate me for this, I'm human myself. We as humans are internally lazy, and we would want to get the highest yield possible in terms of the return that we can actually get with the lowest effort possible, because we are just naturally born and inclined to do the least amount of work possible to get the highest yield for ourselves. So when it comes down to your client, what he did is when a client paid him, he gave them results instantly. And I'll share with you how he did that and how soon he did that. But he focused on simplicity over complexity. So he focused on not giving them the entire thing, because they would just go and do all that kinds of different things. He just focused on launching their ads within 10 days, and he focused on getting them their first high ticket client within 10 days. That's it. And then the rest followed after that. But the main thing was that he got them the results fast, and he got them what got them the results the quickest. And he only did that, meaning they come on, they sign up, boom, within 10 days you have your ads live, boom, within 10 days you have your first high ticket client, boom, you stay with us because you've had a great experience for the first 10 days that we've actually started with each other. That's it. That's the entire strategy. And that's what you should be focusing as well on with your marketing agency and coaching business. That's what we do as well. Get you results, and we basically build you the VSL funnel, the strategy that I shared with you what Alex was doing, also within 7 days, because we have an entire process, an entire team working to get that done. Now, with that being said, to end off this video, guys, and I hope you found it valuable so far, is the attractive offer. So Alex actually had 2 specific offers that he was doing and implementing for gym owners. Offer number 1 was specifically focused on a 4-month done for you, done with you offer. So what does this mean? When a gym starts with them, he was going to go and talk with him, basically a gym owner, with his team, build out the entire infrastructure, set it up, and then basically within 10 days, right, his strategy was to get quick wins, because he knew that if he got them quick wins, the chances of them staying will be, higher, which makes sense, right? If someone gets results within 1 day, they'll be happy and they'll want to do it more. And then he launched their ads within 10 days and he got them the first client within 10 days. So think about this. If you could get your clients results the same day, your potential and your earning potential would be infinite. Because the thing is, so many people are just promising a lot of things in the market, but what it actually comes down to is you being able to deliver the results. Not just preach about the results, but actually deliver the results. So meaning, you sign a client with your marketing agency, you sign a client with your coaching business, how quickly can you get them the results? Why would they have to wait for 6 months to get results? They shouldn't. They should be able to get their first client within 10 days. If you know what you're doing and if you build your infrastructure well. So if you think of it, you need to build out a system that can get them from no clients to clients, or the guarantee that you offer, within the quickest amount of time possible. You need to have a mechanism that can get them from A to B, right? The pricing that he had for this offer was 16K, so they paid 16K upfront, right? And his guarantee was you either get 60,000 back within these 4 months, or you get your money back. Big guarantee, but big results to prove it, claim it, and big structure that he has to actually claim the things that he was talking about. Now, he had a second offer, and this is the way that it worked. When people started with the 4-month offer, they completed that, they got results within the quick strategies and basically the 10 days and all those things. They stayed with 4 months. They were so basically insinuated to actually go ahead and do something to continue their partnership with Alex, because he was getting them such great results. Why shouldn't you stay? There's no reason. There's infinite upside and there's almost no downside. And when there's infinite upside and no downside, why shouldn't you be doing it? You're basically just shooting yourself in the foot figuratively if you're not doing it. So with offer number 2, he offered a monthly subscription for access and coaching. And think about this. His strategy was to keep getting you wins if you stay, right? Because you've already got the wins. You know what we're doing. Hey, stay on. We'll get you even more wins. Keep the community and keep the coaching and the support. So you'll be in a community where people are also getting results like yourself, and you'll keep our coaching from our team where we can assist you, help you, and get you better results moving forward. And the pricing for this is 3K per month. And think of that. That's 3K per month for a specific niche like gyms that usually, historically, aren't known as the niche for having the most money. He still got it to work. Why? Because he focused on the problems. And he focused not only on the problems, he focused on delivering them the solution to the problems, the biggest problems that they have, which is getting clients, keeping clients, retaining clients, increasing their lifetime value, increasing their average order value within the quickest time possible. And if you do that, you can charge 50K for it. People will pay it because you are getting results. Right? So that's something that I've learned as well from doing this entire research. And one thing that I wanted to share with you as well, his results were 500 gyms paying him 3,000 per month, doing a 1.5 million per month at a 1% churn rate. Think of that. 1% churn rate, meaning less than 1% of these 500 gyms actually cancel their subscription on a monthly basis, which is insane, right? Which is insane because he still keeps, like, that's almost like 5 clients just, leaving, right? But that's 1.5 million doing it per month and steadily just running it consistently for these gyms with having a full team in place, fully delegated, fully automated, fully set up, and doing the same system over and over again to get them the results, because they know it's a proven framework. They don't need to do anything else. The client starts, they get them basically the results, and they move it from there. Now, the way that he was doing this, even more interesting. He was doing this for gyms where they usually had a traditional offer and they had a boot camp, right? So they used to do a boot camp for $99 per month and do break even, right? They just couldn't earn money from this because they were just break evening on every single person because it took time. They need to pay the coaches, they need to pay the trainers, they need to pay the facilitation to actually do those trainings and do those boot camps. And what he then thought of is he said, you know what? Instead of you doing this offer, when you jump on with us, you're going to have an offer which is called the free 6-week challenge. And this free 6-week challenge, you're going to ask $500 up front for the people, and you're going to get a 30-to-1 upfront ROI. Right? So basically you're going to get exponential cash collected up front. Do a 6-week challenge with them instead of doing a bootcamp because it's pretty much the same thing. You just name it different. They pay it up front and you get the cash collected immediately. This way you're making money immediately and you have an offer that is actually working. By just doing that, he thought of an offer that worked for them and he set it up in such a way where he was actually making them money immediately, because instantly when they acquired one client, they were not break evening anymore. They were making 5 times the money that they were making before just by doing that simple thing. Okay, so he helped them with that. Do you see how important it is for you to also look at the offer that your clients have and not just run ads for them or just like try to help them with something specific in terms of, you know, coaching them or anything like that? You need to look at the offer first. Like, what is their offer and what, you know, is their offer interesting for the marketplace? If it is, great. If it's not, you need to improve it with them. And then from there on out, do the marketing, because marketing will only benefit if the offer is good enough towards the market that you are targeting. It's really smart what he did with gyms. And then his gym launch offer, he said, you know what? Traditional agencies are charging you a retainer as a gym owner. They're charging you $1,500 per month and a 0.1 upfront ROI from myself, which is not good enough. What we'll do is you'll only pay me when someone actually goes through your gym, when someone actually shows up. This way, you know that we get you the results, and that way it's fair that we get paid. So initially, and before the 16,000, he asked 4,000, and then 4,000 was paid upfront, so he could do the work with his team, and then he had an 11-to-1 upfront ROI. So he had more cash collected, more return, and he was basically taking the model that he was utilizing, you know, for the gyms to himself, and then the thing that he was doing, he was teaching them to do. So he said, you know what, I'm doing this, I charge you up front, you're going to be doing the same for your clients, because we increase the cash up front. And then after that, what the gyms can be doing is they can, after they've gone through the 6-week challenge, they'll go into the monthly subscription. And with him, after you pay me up front and after I filled out all the, you know, systems for you, you'll pay me monthly subscription to stay on. You see how it works? Really clever, really smart, and something we can use also for ourselves, where you have a setup fee for your client, a big one, right? They pay you up front. Then once they've paid you for example, 2 or 3 months, then you have a monthly subscription as an agency, right? Where they pay you the monthly subscription in order for you to actually do the work. But you have in the first instance a system that you'll set up for them. They paid it initially, you get the work done, have a great team that can fulfill it, and then get the results on the back end. So guys, it was I hope this video gave you some insights on how actually Alex Hormozi has been doing things. It's an interesting strategy, and especially the funnel and the ads and his offer is just really, really important. So that's why I always say, to you and, as for anyone that's watching this, it all starts with a niche. You need to focus in on your market, know their language, know what they're talking about, and just understand them as good as possible. When you do that, then we can hone in on actually having an offer and taking a look at their own offer, right? Like, what offer do they have and how can we improve it, just like the way that Alex has actually been able to do it, right? When you have that, then it's a thing of, okay, how can we fulfill them, basically the results, get them the results as quickly as possible, right? And then when you look at your own client acquisition, having a simple funnel, having a simple VSL funnel, and then simplify with ads on top of that to actually multiply the results, get yourself more clients involved when you know that actually what you're doing has been proven to be working. So with that being said, guys, to get back to the point of this video, it was from 0 to 100 million, Alex Hormozi's gym launch strategy exposed. I hope this gave you some insights regarding how he's been able to do it, and we'll be dissecting even bigger entrepreneurs on this specific channel, because I really want to give you a deep dive into what I'm taking inspiration from and how you can be taking inspiration for your SMMA marketing agency, coaching, consulting business. So with that being said, if you're interested in seeing more of these videos, go ahead and view my channel with other videos that we currently have. We have a lot of different valuable videos that you could perhaps benefit of if you're an SMMA owner, marketing agency owner, or like I said, a different type of business owner. Go ahead and watch those right now. Check them out. Hope you found this valuable. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I really look forward to seeing you in the next one.